Hello everyone and welcome. This is Wandomize here. Today we're going to be doing a different content. Today I'm going to be teaching you how I do my thumbnails. First of all, I want to thank everyone for their support on the channel. Disclaimer, I am not a professional making tutorial videos. This is going to be my first ever tutorial video and I hope this is going to help you as much as it helped me when I tried learning making or editing thumbnails from the past 3 weeks of experience on YouTube. This video is going to cater to those who want to start out YouTube making basic thumbnail, and I hope it helps you in any way. So if you did, please leave a like on the video and share it as well to your friends who want to start out YouTube. Also subscribe to the channel if you like the content that you're watching right now. I do have other videos on my channel. If you want to check it out, you're more than welcome. First of all, you want to download GIMP. This is the editing software that I use to edit my thumbnails or edit the photos that I do. I'll also leave a link in the description. So let's go ahead and start. Once you have GIMP installed, just open up your GIMP. So once the application is open, you would want to go ahead and open up File, click on New, and go with image size. Width is 1920 and the height is 1080. That is the standard thumbnail size for YouTube. So right now the size for the thumbnail would be 1920 and 1080. So once you have created your template, just go ahead and click OK. So once you have the basic background here, there are going to be 3 bases on your thumbnail. One, that's going to be the background for your thumbnail. Second, that's your rendered image. And third, that is going to be the text for your video. So I pulled up a guide image. This is my latest thumbnail for my video from Minecraft. So you can see this is my background and the white thing is your rendered image. Red is your text. You have your background, which is the black. The white is your rendered image and the red is your text. So today I'm gonna be guiding you or giving you tips on how I do my thumbnail. So first of all, if we want to go with the background, I usually take a screenshot of the game that I'm playing, or I try to search it online. So let's say I do Minecraft, or let's say I'm doing a Minecraft series. So the thumbnail I'm going to be using is mostly for the background is Minecraft. Second, or the next one, will be your rendered image. I usually like to do my rendered image, which is my photo. So there's 2 things to this for your rendered image. It's either you get it from Google or you make it. Okay, so let's say I already have my background here. This is the background to my game, so you can see. So what I like to do is I'd like to open up a new template. Make sure it's 1920 by 1080 as well. Click OK and it's gonna open up a new tab. So this is on the top portion of GIMP. This is going to be your first one, which is your main thumbnail that you're currently going to be using. And this is going to be the secondary one, will be how you, or this is going to be where you do your rendering. Okay, so this is the only image that I can find on my files, but that's okay. As long as it has your face, that's fine. So what I like to do is I would like to go ahead and go to the path tool so that we can go to render. Once you have your path tool, it's gonna look like this. Like this. It's gonna look like that. So usually people use this to render sometimes, like to remove the background and stuff. But I think this is I think the path tool is more clearer. So we're gonna do that. So I like to start off with the sides first. I'll start with my shoulders. So I'll press Control and then I'll scroll in. Let's start with the first dot. Just click it once and you'll see a dot right there. This might take a while to get used to, but you'll get used to it eventually once you start doing this thing. Once you've created the dot, you can do this. You make a border around yourself. And then let's say I have already made a border for myself. I'll just have to circle around myself and that's basically it. Usually I take my time in this, but I don't really For the sake of this video, I'm not really gonna do that. It's gonna take a long time to do it, but you get my point. Like, you just go around your image that you want to render, and then once you've done that, there's a selection from path. Do selection from path, and it will do this. So it will make a line. It'll create a line or a border in your image or rendered image. And then what I would like to do is I'll do Control X so that it's going to cut it. Remember those two tabs that I told you earlier? The main thumbnail tab and the second one, which is your rendered tab or the rendered image, whatever it is. So once you're here, all you have to do is, once you have cut the image from the second tab, go to the first tab and click Control V, and it's going to put you there, or whatever your rendered image is. So it's going to be a floating layer. So do this, right click and put it into a new layer. Once that's done, you can use the move tool to move it around, or if you would like, there is the scale tool which scales it. So you can increase it or you can decrease it. So usually I like to put it somewhere down here. Depends really on the content that I'm making. So let's say this is Minecraft. This guy is surprised that he found a diamond. So I've already put myself there. This would look smoother if we worked on it, but this is just for tutorial sake, and I think that's the basic. The next one will be your text. So usually it really depends on you. Sometimes a thumbnail is better without text. Sometimes the thumbnail is good with text. So it goes down to personal preference. So if you want to put some text, let's go say part 1 Minecraft, part 1. Oh, you will have to choose your font first though. I actually used this. Okay. So okay, you got that all clean, all nice. Got part 1 over there. So this is the most basic thing for the thumbnail, but if you want to make it look better, you can do this. Usually what I do is sometimes I put borders on my image, or sometimes I don't. There's two things that I like to do. I like to put shadows on the layers, the text and the rendered image. I like to put shadow on that. So usually I do 10, 10, and then opacity is 100. Exit that. Stop allow resizing. You don't want that. It's gonna resize the image. So click that, and you're gonna have that. That looks better already. Don't you agree? And then you just repeat the drop shadow legacy, and then that's it. What you can do is also, if you don't like to put shadow, you can add borders to your image also to give it some oomph. Right click on the image that you rendered. Once you have clicked on the layer that you want to put a border on, just right click and do alpha to selection, which will select all of it. Go to select on the top left, put as grow. You can put grow there, and you can do 5, 10. I usually do 10. So you'll see this. You'll see this thing. There's gonna be a border here. So once you have the border here, you can see it like that. So once you have the border, all you have to do is put up a new layer. This is going to be where we put the color. The layer should be under the image, and then go to that layer, and then just use the bucket tool. Put anything, any color you want, white, black, red, blue. It really depends on you. The reason why we put it down here is because if the layer was on top of there, the layer will overlap the image itself. So this is the shape of your image. What we did was we just grew it into this one so that we can make a border looking type. So by putting another layer and coloring it, made it look like it has a white border. But basically, this is your image shape. We just grew it, or we just increased the size of it. So once that's done, you will always go to none. You unselect the lines that are running through. And also, once that's done, you can also merge it down so it will be in one layer. Go to filters and do the shadow so it'll look more crisp and cleaner. And then what I like to do is I like to put shadow here as well. Or also you can do the border again if you would like. And once it's satisfactory to you that this thumbnail is good enough to put on your video, so all you have to do is export the file. Always export as, so that you can choose if it is a PNG or a JPEG file. Usually I go for a JPEG because PNG usually has a lot of space and sometimes YouTube doesn't take it or doesn't honor it. But JPEG's good enough for the quality. So depends where you want to save it. Name it anything and put this as JPG. So you can name it anything, name your file anything, and put it as JPG. Once you have exported that, the quality, put it to 100 and export the file. I know this guide has been sloppy and I'll try as much as possible to make it as professional as possible by editing the parts out, but hope it helped you guys. Also, again, I want to tell you guys that this is not a professional tutorial video. This is just a guide on how I do my thumbnails, and maybe you guys can take inspiration from it on how I do my own work, but it all falls down to your creativity also. So this is just the basic on how I do my thumbnails. You can go crazy with rendering your images. If you want to see more tutorials from me, or if you want to see more sloppy tutorials from me, please leave a like on the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. You'll see more of it. Hope this helped you. I'll see you guys again in the next video.